Okay, so hey guys, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite places, and I have yet to cover all the places I have been to in the world, and today it's gonna be a quick one. It's going to be Macau, which is very, very close to Hong Kong. In fact, it is a neighbor to Hong Kong. And it is very similar to Hong Kong in that the people there, they speak the same language, they write the same language, they speak Cantonese, write Chinese, and the streets of Macau, they look very similar to the streets of Hong Kong, except very more European, way more European. And the reason behind this is because Macau was under the rule of Portugal for a very long time. Thus, you can actually see all these European-styled streets and European-styled buildings and houses all over Macau. And it's this really weird combination of Portugal and Chinese, like Southern Chinese, which you can't really find in Hong Kong. I mean, in Hong Kong there are a lot of British influences, of course, but a lot of the old British stuffs in Hong Kong are already, destroyed and replaced by something new, while for Macau, they really keep some of the old Portuguese stuffs in there. Anyway, I have been to Macau like 6 times. Around 6 times, and the last time I've been there, it's 2015. So my memory of Macau is really, really faint. I don't remember all that much about Macau. And also, I've been to Macau twice in 2011, twice in 2012, once in 2013, and once in 2015. And again, I can barely remember anything, so this video is going to be quick because I probably have forgotten a lot about Macau. I have taken like a few photos and a few videos. I just managed to dig some out of my old files in my hard disk, yeah. It's gonna be a quick video. So there are two aspects of Macau that really stand out to me. And yes, Macau is really small. It's like 10 times smaller than Hong Kong. And it's really two islands. I mean, one South Island and also the North Island, which is actually a peninsula. But if you cut off the mainland China, you get the North Island. So we have the North Island and the South Island, and they're not very different. The North Island is more Portuguese, mixed Southern Chinese, streets with stone bricks and stones on the ground, road signs stuck onto the wall of the stone bricks, which is pretty European. And yeah. And then we have the South Island, which is another aspect to Macau. The casinos, the hotels, they are super fancy, super expensive, and luxurious. They are all somehow connected. And every year they have to build another hotel and another casino, and there are a lot of people there. Also, there are several other small little old Macau villages, which aren't like for tourists at all. So that's South Island for you. So again, I don't remember much, but I'm gonna be talking about the hotels first. The hotels and the casinos and all that. And I've never been to any of the casinos because I was a kid when I go to Macau. And but yeah, I've been to the hotels, and they are all very fancy, very luxurious. We have the Parisian, the Venetian, which is the most famous one, Galaxy, which is also one of the most famous one. We have a bunch of others like Marriott Resort, Grand Hyatt, I've been to Macau 6 times, and I think 5 out of the 6 times I stayed at the hotels. But I've never stayed at the most expensive hotels because our family is not that rich actually. It's almost like a Cirque du Soleil show, but it's not like a circus. It's a dance show, and the main theme is water. So people dancing on water and all that. And I watched that show in Macau, inside one of the hotel buildings, I guess. I mean, these hotels aren't just hotels for like staying overnight. Like there are so many other things inside these hotels, especially Venetian, which is a hotel that I really love because not only is it a hotel, but it's also connected to a shopping mall, and they somehow built Venice indoors with like sky made out of wallpaper. It looks very fake and it's very dimly lit in comparison to the real world, because in the real world it's outdoors. But it's very creative. Like you don't see something like that in the world. It's like a remake of a movie, but in a totally different tone and style. And I actually kind of like that. In fact, the first time or maybe the second time I've been there, I was I had, I think, lunch one time or twice in the Venetian Hotel, and it was pretty fantastic. I also stayed at Galaxy Hotel, which is one of the earlier hotels in Macau, and again, it's large, it's broad, and it feels like every single hotel is somehow connected, with long underground hallways, shopping malls, and all that. And yeah, the last time I've been there, 2015. It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. I broke my camera. The reason being is that I think we stayed at the Marriott Resort, like one of the Marriott hotels in there, and they built this river ride thing. It was summer. I've been to Macau a few times in summer and a few times in Christmas, but last time I've been there, it was a summer. And we stayed there for like 2 days or 3 days or so. And me and my cousins, we were playing in this river, this loop river, and we just go along. It's like a rapid river basically, with like slides and different stuffs just popping out of nowhere, and it was a lot of fun. Now, okay, something just came to me. I think I also remember another thing, and that is this very large swimming pool that is very irregular shaped. And I still remember it was a nighttime. Like, I went for swimming in one of the hotels in Macau, and it was like outdoors, and it was sunset, and after the sun set, there were all sorts of beautiful colors sort of glowing underneath the swimming pool, and it's very gorgeous. But I forgot which hotel exactly that is. But the hotels in Macau, they're very luxurious, very luscious, very beautiful, and even though not very natural, I still enjoy the time being there. Anyway, afterwards, I'm gonna talk about another thing, and that is the streets of Macau, the very strange combination of Portuguese and Southern Chinese in the streets of Macau. Again, the streets of Macau are really similar to Hong Kong. If you show me a random picture of a street in Macau and a random picture of a street in Hong Kong, I probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. However, I do observe one big difference, and that is the streets of Macau are way more dirtier and older than Hong Kong streets. Like, there are old and dirty Hong Kong streets in districts that are not the central district. Like, But the entirety of Macau is pretty filthy and old. And in a way, it's like to me, it's like acceptable. It's not bad. It's not necessarily a bad thing that these streets feel old, but it may be a turn off for a few tourists. But yeah, other than that, there are some places that I've been to. I filmed like a couple videos. It was really random. Like there's a photo of me right here. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna show you. This is basically me, I think, 7 years ago. And I'm holding an egg tart and drinking what it seems to be bubble tea. Very Southern Chinese. Very, very Macau. But yeah, bubble tea is from Taiwan, so there's that. But that being said, a lot of the pedestrian streets in Macau are very tourist friendly. A lot of shops and stores that sells a lot of food, and very nice, very nice. Again, very similar to Hong Kong. So to me, it's not like night and day. It's not like I went to another world or something. To me, it's like Hong Kong with a European twist to it. And what else am I gonna say? Again, I have these bits and pieces of memories from my experience at Macau, but I cannot tell where or when or how or what happened. I remember plazas. There's an area of pedestrian streets where you can just walk around and buy a lot of stuff, and there's even the top attraction, the top tourist attraction in Macau is this ruined chapel. Apparently, I think it's a chapel or some sort of ruin, basically, St. Paul's Cathedral ruin or something. I think it is. Let me see. I'm looking at the map right now. Yeah, something like that. Ruins of St. Paul's. There we go. And the streets around that ruin, very touristy, and also lots of stone bricks, and the whole. I know it's weird to say something like this, but if there's another difference between the streets of Macau and Hong Kong, is that the streets of Macau are pale yellow in color, while the colors of the streets of Hong Kong are way more messy and varied. Actually kind of black and gray, but in a messy way. Okay, and to end off the video, I'm just gonna talk about the food, because I think the food in Macau is amazing. Again, a very natural blend between the Portuguese and the Southern Chinese. If you're looking for Portuguese foods that are way cheaper in Macau, egg tarts. Portuguese egg tarts. They are fantastic. I love egg tarts, okay? Also, pork chop bun. It's like burger, but bun, basically. Pork chop bun. For the local stuffs, we have beef jerky and pork jerky, which is very popular here in Macau. We have egg yolk potato chips, which are amazing. We have almond biscuits. I'm not a huge fan of almond biscuits because they're very dry and very nutty and chunky, but it tastes good. The taste is good, I guess, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Also, you gotta try the black pepper crab congee. Congee is like rice, but very watery, almost like it's a soup, almost like it's a stew. It's not like risotto. It's way more wet, way wetter than risotto, but you get the idea. Congee, black pepper crab congee. And that's pretty much all I have to say about Macau. I don't think it is a fantastic city It's definitely not as solid or a well-developed city than many other cities around the world, but if you want to travel around southern China, if you are staying in Hong Kong for a very, very, very long time and want to just take a couple of days outside of Hong Kong, spend a couple of days, feel free to go to Macau and experience some weird fusions of Europe and Asia. More Asian than European right now. It's getting more and more Asian, but you can still see the European flavors. I also forgot to mention the cat shit coffee. It's the the title, the name of the shop is called Cat Poop Coffee, but of course it isn't made with cat poop. It's a coffee with made from special cocoa beans. Yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Macau? If you have been there, like if you like this video, and subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. Also, I will be talking about Taiwan in the next episode of Me Around the World. Yay!